And welcome back to the Past the Vibes podcast. And might I say, the first late night Past the Vibes podcast recording. I have two very beautiful people with me who I've known for quite a while now.
PTV After Dark.
Oh.
In the headquarters.
In the headquarters.
Oh yeah, now I
should
completely
walk out.
forgot how I wanted to open up the episode.
Oh, it wasn't super sensual and
Oh, it kind of was actually.
Oh, well, there
it
you
was
go, you
with
nailed it.
it was with a song. So before I introduce these beautiful people, I wanted to open up with a song that's been on my mind, and hopefully it's been on yours.
What is it?
Wait, hold on. I got it. Wait, hold on.
drum roll, please.
I hate you guys. Wait, I got it. That's it. Can I talk to you? I really wanna need you. Come and talk to you.
Hey.
I really wanna need you. Come and talk to me. All right, and that's all I know. I thought you were gonna join in, but it's okay.
I just didn't know
I
the
don't
song.
it.
Yeah,
I
that's
never
all right.
did.
Not that black, sorry.
It's all enough. All right. Anyway, back to the introductions.
Right.
I have two. Oh my god. Very two special people. Two very special people who also have podcasts.
Midnight's hitting.
The midnight.
Midnight.
Was it? I apologize right now.
So this is how it goes after dark, honestly.
Yeah.
It's very typical.
Yo, just wait till like the fall time when it's like it gets dark at 4:30, and if I ever record,
Right.
like it's just like, welcome to the headquarters.
It definitely changes the vibe, though. When the sun is down, you just feel a little bit more free.
If I turn off the light right now and you just have the red lights in your face, I mean, you would. Just,
Red light district.
the red light district.
Boom, chicka branco.
We're almost like 3 minutes into the episode.
See,
People
you're
have no
so
idea
good at that.
who I'm talking to.
Why are you so good at sound effects? Okay, sorry. Continue. So as they choke on the microphone, I'm just gonna coup
Choke
d'etat.
on the microphone.
On the mic.
I would like to introduce two very good friends of mine on the first mic or whatever. I don't know who's on the first mic. I don't want to label mics. We have
You have enough labels.
we have
necessary.
we have Julie.
Oh, I get to be first, Mike.
You could be first mic.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. That was so chivalrous of you. Yes, Julie. Hi.
We have Julie, aka what's your nickname? The V.
Jules?
I never know how to pronounce your page name.
Viera Vida.
Viera Vida.
Yes, my last name is Viera, and
Yes.
it also means to see, and Vida means life. So
Life
to see life.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Viera vida.
I know the one Mark Anthony song. Yo, I ready,
Voy a bailar.
baby,
La, 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 la.
and then on.
Okay, not to be any type of way, but like that's the song that all my black friends sing when they see me.
I think that's the only.
It's funny because it's the song that I actually don't like, and everybody loves that.
Okay, can I kick people out of your house, or is that not like a thing?
I think it's a nice song, but it like blew up, and I'm like, it's not that hot.
It's because it was
though.
just super catchy. That's why.
It is
No,
catchy.
wasn't it on was it on one of the Fast and Furious?
No, that was Don Kanzu. No,
Danza Cintura sola, dame media vuelta. No te canses ahora, que esto solo empieza.
That was the song you went on the floor. You went on the floor and were like, I'm gonna dance with a bitch.
Well, because there's a dance to it. I think like any
Was
cha-cha
there?
slide or literally the
No,
lyrics of
it
the
was,
song are the
come here.
dance moves.
It was come here.
It's basically like the cha-cha slide of the 21st century.
What? There was a dance to it?
Yeah.
No, I never. No, I just.
Well, because you never translated
Did you ever take
or had a
Spanish?
translator.
I did and I hated it.
Okay, I can tell. Because some
It's-
parts of the song are
My
the dance.
my school. And by the way, before we continue,
There is a second mic. I'm
yes,
sorry.
and and
I've been enjoying this conversation.
and I apologize on labeling it mic number 2, but on mic number 2,
yo,
very special friend
hey,
Josh Hawk.
Wow.
You just made our relationship weird.
I will never say your last name again, Josh Hawkins. Oops.
Josh Hawkins, everybody. Also, another recent podcast host.
Yeah.
And I've known these two amazing people for, I want to say, like, at least 6 years.
Yeah.
7 years. Yeah.
It has to be.
Is that all? Because it feels like a
Yeah, I mean, because we met through the wonderful Mrs. Mason.
Oh no, it was definitely a decade then.
Miss Madilly. Massa Dilly. She's gonna listen to me like, oh my god, guys. Yo, by the way, Amanda, if you do listen to this, I was watching our funny ass AC adventures that Alex Baby was recording. I watched back those and I was just like,
imagine.
That sounds.
They
like
were
it.
so dumb. Just like how dumb I was. God, I was
such a
fucking
child. When you guys were like, let's go to the Poconos, I was like, oh,
I mean,
don't know.
I feel like the first time you met me, you don't remember meeting me, so we'll just leave it at that.
What? I don't.
It was G-Lounge.
Actually, I do. It was Joey's 21st, I think. 21st
or
birthday?
22nd.
Yes.
22nd.
And what I do remember of that night was that Rosalie was able to get. She's a new woman now. Rosalie was able to get the I don't know, owner of the club to sponsor us for the evening.
Oh,
so,
and get you guys like free drinks and shit.
Yeah.
Yes, and free admission. So honestly, do you blame me?
No, I don't.
And
no.
I didn't drink until I was 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you just like.
So I was just
hard.
3 months in.
Oh,
you know?
what? Oh, so that's why you went hard.
I mean, I didn't really go that hard. It just hit me hard.
Oh.
It wasn't much. It just
motherfucking paint. What
Yeah.
you thinking?
So I met Justin outside of the club. Oh, well, I mean, you remember seeing me as I
Inside.
regurgitated half of what I...
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah. You were outside
Now
the car.
everybody does.
I was literally just keeping that to myself.
It's only happened 3 times in my
we
life.
first met.
It was definitely through Amanda, of course, and I
Right.
think one of the parties.
It had
that,
to be
like,
a party.
Like she invited me to, and one of the most funniest times we were all out though that I remember with you was we were at Morgan's Pier.
Oh well.
And this was like
so many
me,
nights.
you, Joey, and Madilli was there, and I think Eric might have been there too, because this was like not semi recent, but like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But that night, that's when we created a dance circle, because I mean that was like our
I remember
that was our
day.
MO. Like we always like went to a
Yeah.
place and we're like, all right, if there's not a dance circle, we're just gonna create one.
Yeah.
Well, let's
'Cause,
be
like,
fair. We all met through dance.
Right.
we all
Amanda,
have like,
Josh,
well,
and
you
I.
guys have
We
a
were-
passion for
we
it.
were
I was
in a
just,
team
I felt like I was
together.
okay at it.
No, I think
pretty good.
you're
I was
super
alright.
talented.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, no, I don't say that to everybody. Believe
No.
me, when we were
If
in
I was making a dance,
Yeah.
a dance like team, I'd invite you.
I'd be like the 6th man.
Maybe. But I think you're still good though.
I feel like I'm all right. Recently, it's just like I get all of like my dance fix from like choreography videos. I'm like, yeah, I feel like I can do that.
Megan
Well,
Batoon.
no, Megan Mattoon doesn't really do it anymore. Shout out Megan Mattoon. I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
Love.
No, Matt Stefanina.
Yeah.
Bailey Sock.
Right.
There's a few others that are like kind of high right now, or in the past couple years. But yeah, no, like I'll watch them do choreography. I'm like, man, if I
Who was the one dude?
bust that shit out.
His name is Ian.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ian,
she used to date.
Ian
I mean, he
Eastwood.
used to
Ian
name
Eastwood.
date Megan Batoon.
Yeah, they used to date.
Right.
He kills it.
Yeah, I think he still
last
does.
Last time I saw him, he kills it. I would watch him and like Late Twins.
Oh, the
Oh,
Lake
okay.
Twins.
That's a whole different level right there.
Well, that's who I would always be like.
So
all right,
good.
that's who I'm like. Every time I get on the
You
dance
know
floor,
what?
that's who I'm battling.
I can honestly see you and Le Twins being
like a trio.
like a whole trio.
Oh,
yeah.
that means so much to me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
for sure, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah,
100%.
but that night we created a dance circle, me, you, and Joey, and I'll never forget the funniest part of that night. So it's like I think you went, then I went, and then Joey like finished it off because he always fucking did a split at the end of it. And then I remember that night he busted his pants wide open.
Oh.
But like,
is that why he left?
I think we all just I don't know.
I don't.
But yeah, I think he did leave like abruptly.
Yeah,
well,
I don't
not
remember
abruptly.
him staying till the end.
But there was a dude. So after the circle was like forming, after he went, and then he just ended it pretty much. Everyone was like, "Oh!" And then some dude came in like trying his hardest, like like
Do a dance?
he was like tutting and shit, and everyone was already walking away.
Wait, isn't that the day that you guys really started going hard with the like little pelvic wiggle?
So Eric was there.
Yeah,
and then-
Eric was definitely
Because
there.
me and Eric would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's that was
Just
a
made it a
story.
dance. Yeah. That was
Yeah, and then always the headquarters.
Moral of the story is that we just have so many fun memories that have everything to do with like music and community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But no, okay.
But
But no,
more
just
you
to
know.
just to get back on track, it's just I'm happy that you guys are able to make it. By the way, we do have food on the way, so there might be a slight pause.
Yeah.
A slight break.
Uh-huh.
They forced me to order Chinese food. So.
Put a gun to his head and
Yeah.
everything.
I mean,
Pretty
it's not
much.
any of our regular.
None
It's
of
not.
yeah.
I'm trying to be healthy.
Yeah.
This
We're
this
trying.
quarantine, this COVID-15, man.
COVID-15 is not a joke.
That's the fake one.
This COVID-15.
I thought it was. I'm drooling. Literally.
You hear about that fucking COVID fit? Like,
I
19,
thought it was COVID-20 because we call it the COVID-20.
Oh, really?
Is that
we?
just, I guess, my household?
2 people. My cats.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, I wish that I was joking about the drool.
Oh, that's nasty.
You
Yeah,
good?
it's disgusting.
You're all right. You just saw gum sitting on my fucking shelf.
No, not gum. ABC gum.
Oh, that's
Already
true.
been chewed.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I never knew that
What?
abbreviation.
You didn't watch Tiny Toons?
Hello.
All right, I watched Tiny Toons. I don't remember that abbreviation.
It was a thing.
Young girl.
Yeah. Child.
I think you're older than her, though.
Yeah,
How old are
I'm
you?
30 this year in October.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're older than me.
yeah, you're like 28 this
No,
year.
I'm 29.
Oh, you're 29. Okay.
And I'm only 30 like the second we get to the next year. My birthday's in January.
Oh, you're the January.
I
baby.
wanted to plan this big thing, right? Where we all got together. Like I was inviting a bunch of people and it would have been cool. We were going to get a big Airbnb, like the deluxe ones in
Whoa.
Paris. There was this one for like, it was like 10 grand. But if we had enough
Perry?
people, it was like 20 rooms.
You were gonna invite us out to Paris.
Yo,
Wow.
it was going to be epic. The issue is COVID.
Yeah, I mean that's what I essentially. Well, my friend's bachelor party for Colombia, like we did a huge Airbnb. It was like
Yeah.
essentially a mansion.
Yeah.
For like 13 people.
Yo, this
And-
John was a castle. Literally. L-I-T early.
Huh?
L-I-T early.
It was lit. It
Oh.
was literally a castle.
It was lit early. It was lit early.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start just to get back on track.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted
You
to
like 20 minutes in now? Half an hour?
12, 13.
What?
This might be
Surprisingly.
like 3 episodes.
Oh, I wouldn't be mad at it. Just content for
Contact for days or?
days.
Okay, because you left it at dual, and it was like a
was
lot.
like, whoa.
It was a lot for me, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Julie, to start with you. I started just a little brief thing. I started lockdown for New Jersey because I know both of you are in Philly. March 16th, I'll never forget that day because that's when they issued the email to the whole company and like, okay, if you're able to work from home, yada yada yada, work from home.
Right.
And I was like, cool. And I went home and got a text from my therapist, and she was just like, yeah, due to COVID, like, you want to do it through Skype? I did and then that's when I started doing my sessions on Skype.
So everything was in the
So
house.
everything was just like, I was just like, fuck, this is so weird. But I was like, it's cool, I get to stay home. But little did I know, I was like, I'm gonna go stir crazy. And then hence why, like, I needed to get the whole podcast and YouTube going so I can keep myself active mentally and creatively.
Right.
So that's pretty much how I've been surviving and, you know, trying to be active. Like, I run almost every day, blah, 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 trying to just stay some type of
Just active
fit.
coping.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I've been trying to handle it. And then more recently, like, trying to be adjust to the quote unquote new normal with, you know, wearing a mask and, you know, eating outdoors, which isn't really that big of a deal. But you can't do it.
We have
Eating outdoors, I have to be like on a raise, like I have to be like on a roof or something like
Yeah.
that. Because if I'm street level, I don't know. It might be the North Philly in me,
You're
but it's
so
just
no. That's the bougie in you. Okay, I can't eat at street level. Is it scary?
It's just it just feels. I feel like exposed and like it just feels weird. Yeah, like it just doesn't feel safe. Like.
Oh,
and it's not like I had any like trauma, like it's not like somebody like ran up on me like while I was eating on like my step, but like
it's just training.
Yeah, it's just like that doesn't look like a safe spot to like eat. Like
that
I get why leopards
sense.
take it up.
What's
to
up
the
with
tree.
that pasta?
Peppers.
Run it,
right? They do.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But so,
we haven't eaten at restaurants at all.
Oh, you haven't yet?
No.
So, but how? So when did it kind of like start for you? And I guess how have you been like dealing with the whole process? So for me, it
started about 2015. No, but really,
That's why it's COVID-15.
Actually, I've had like this weird condition all of my life where I lose consciousness very easily, and so in just after college and everything, I just became so incapacitated. Like I couldn't even leave my house. I couldn't even walk to the bathroom. So since then, I've really been like home and
like you reduce.
I can't drive. I couldn't anything. I've tried jobs and stuff and passed out there. And finally, I decided I was going to start a blog. Same thing as you, like to cope with being home and figure out ways to express myself artistically. And I feel like it was really, really hard going through that. But it did prepare me for this, for COVID. Like being quarantined is absolutely something that's not foreign to me. And I find a lot of people were struggling with it.
Yeah.
Whereas Julio and I, within our relationship, we're so used to it that we've really grown a lot in our relationship, and we've really needed this time to like understand each other in a deeper way.
That's
and
awesome.
we do therapy together. We think that's really important. And our therapist is always like, "Wow, you guys are so good at this. We had 5 extra years to figure this out."
Yeah. So you guys have been like, you're like, oh, the world's shutting down? We good.
I like it because I don't feel like I'm missing out anymore.
Yo, yeah, there's no FOMO. Well, actually, I guess for some people there's no FOMO. Everyone else is like,
depends.
the fuck is happening?
If you're comparing yourself to like Florida, where they just don't know how to shut.
Bro, I have
down.
to check on my dad all the time, man, because like he's a huge part. No, I'm kidding. No, because he's around that madness. He lives in Florida, so I'm just like, fuck. Like, so I check in on him every weekend, and then we just shoot the shit. We don't really talk about sports, especially since sports are coming back. But what about you, Josh? How
Did you say yabba dabba do?
Yeah, sure. Why not? How's this whole lockdown quarantine process been for you?
It's actually been really great.
I mean, that's a good thing to hear.
Yeah, no.
Like on my side, it's just like if I didn't start this, I'd die.
Nah. So funny thing. So I started my one podcast before COVID.
Okay.
And like,
you see how he casually dropped that he's like a multi-podcast host?
Wait, so you have another one aside from the Blurred Bar?
Yeah, I have like my personal one and then the Blurred Bar.
Oh, so you don't listen to that, is what I heard.
I didn't fucking know.
You saw my post on Facebook about the friend of mine who was like, "Yo, why don't you promote your podcast?" That was Daniel. And I was just like, damn, Daniel.
Back at it again with the realness.
With that mic. 2015. Was that? No, 2016.
No, yeah, that was a while back.
That was good.
Sorry.
You're so good with time.
Good. So I started I started my podcast back in January because in 2019, watching the back when the Democrats had like 20 people up for grabs,
right?
To be, remember that?
Yeah,
that seems like a fucking lifetime ago.
It does.
Wow.
Where it was like literally a circus.
Yeah,
it was like, who are we gonna get today? It's like, is it Justin?
That shit was wild. But during the Democratic debates, it came to mind to do it because there was just a lot of binary talk, like us versus them, which comes, I guess, with the 2-party system that we have. Even though we have other people, but we really mainly only have Republicans
really binary,
and Democrats.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? I feel like people need to just have a conversation with each other and have a relaxed thing, maybe over some tea, and just chat and talk about it. So that's why I call it Your Cup of Tea.
That's you.
How fitting is that? How fitting.
You didn't know that was me?
No.
Always liking your stuff? Yeah. That's me.
I did know that was you.
Honestly, Josh is
I
like
thought there was a couple
the
of white
embodiment of Your Cup of Tea. It's so good. It's so good.
I thought that was just some white people.
That's so
You're
wild.
doing so good.
I know, right?
They think you're white. That's
We're going.
Oh my god.
That's
We're
one
now
step
banned
in
from
the
the
right
internet.
direction. Oh no, that's past the vibes. We're all
Oh
good.
jeez. So yeah, so I did that, and that's why with Your Cup of Tea, I started with entrepreneurship, because that was another huge thing that was happening between 2019 and 2020.
Oh my god, what was your first episode?
Oh my goodness! It was with this lady right here, Jules. She's
My
an
bad, that's how I know.
entrepreneur.
Who?
Right.
The soldier boy who?
I ask myself that every day.
Oh my god!
No, it's good.
I got it. Yeah, now I have something else to fucking catch up on now.
Yeah.
I'm being completely honest, and I'm always transparent, dude. I thought it was like, I was like, oh, who's Your Cup of Tea? I was like, this is cool. I'll follow him back.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, how sweet.
I thought it was just some white people.
Yeah, no, it's me.
I'm not being fair
That's
because
so funny.
like we were brainstorming about your endeavor before, and
True.
since I did the logo and stuff, honestly, that's
Right.
not fair of me to say that you've been not watching out. You haven't been marketing well enough. Go ahead, Josh.
I haven't been marketing. Another friend challenged me about that as well, so it is what it is. But so I did entrepreneurship, and at first I was doing it every week.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh. So now what I'm going to do, I've been doing education. And so now what I'm going to do is like the Netflix drop, where I just record them all. And then I'm just going to drop all of them on like one day.
Oh, that's a good idea, Josh. I would love that.
Just because
all right.
to hold myself to the weekly thing.
Yeah.
We can't in this time period, and like especially with what's going on with Laura and like her whole family situation,
Yeah.
it's just like we just can't. It just wouldn't be.
Not
Or
enough
I
time.
can't. It wouldn't be enough time.
Yeah.
That's so perfect though, because I feel like what quarantine has created is more of a binge culture, and like
it's heightened the
Right?
culture. Like everything is like,
How
if
many
you
people
don't
have seen Hamilton
yeah,
like 3
if,
times?
if you don't binge, you're a fucking weirdo.
yeah.
What
I'm
the
here
fuck
for
else
it.
are you doing?
Yeah, it's like-
you're actually answering emails. Fuck out.
You working out? What the fuck? You're being healthy? Nah, bitch. Watch Ozark. Which shout
Which
out
is
Ozark.
a really good show.
It is a good show.
Good. When is it coming back?
I don't know, probably a year or two.
Yeah.
I just listened to this podcast. The guy sounded just like Jason Bateman. It was super inspiring, but the whole time I'm picturing Jason Bateman, so I'm like, do I really trust you?
That's yeah. Well, that's a whole tangent on his character, but and so then with the Blurred Bar,
Yeah. Which I do want to be
the
on.
second podcast.
I do
if
want to
you're
be
not
on because,
following.
I'm getting back into my anime roots, and obviously I'm a huge gamer, so I got shit
you
to
fit
talk
right
about.
in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you fit right in. Blurred Bar, that was just an idea that I had of doing another podcast with my friend Daniel, and we have another friend Sterling who's on it too, and we were just like, yo, let's just do it. I mean, we're not doing shit else really, so.
But you are though. Don't minimize. You're doing so much right now.
Don't you fucking...
No, like
Right?
I feel like
Friends like
that's
these.
an issue. That's an issue, and we need to talk about it. We have so much going on. Like as millennials, there's no time to chill, and if you have time to chill and you're chilling in that time, then you feel bad about it.
Appreciate that chill time.
Yeah, like that's a paradigm we need.
You
to
do
switch.
a lot though, because you have your whole podcast, you have your whole Etsy shop, but like real shop.
Yeah.
Like
The real. Real.
you get like legit people to like sign you on for stuff, like doing like the whole teams, like the basketball teams and whatnot.
Oh,
so
that was
like
cool, yeah.
yeah, like
Oh,
you
thank you.
got real customers. I'm like still networking.
I feel like I'm coming at you that way because I feel so bad about my own life. You know, like we project. So like I can't chill, and I don't. And you know, you never feel like it's enough when it's yourself, right?
That's literally millennials in a nutcase, dude. It's just so we never feel like what we're doing is at the. I feel like at the level that we should be at when we're all perfectly fine. Like we all who we are, and it's just like the amount of energy that we can exert for just one thing. If that's what we can do, like we don't realize that like that's the most that we can do. We always feel like there's another level we can go more. And I mean that's what I struggle with. I'm always like, and that's why I was going so stir crazy immediately. Like after the first couple weeks, I was like, I can't just sit here and wake up every morning, log on to my computer, answer emails, and then just 5 o'clock comes and just be like, okay, cool, it's on YouTube now. Like,
Yeah.
I needed something to start occupying my time more.
Well, you're a creative person. I feel like
I'm finding out that I'm more creative than I actually thought.
Really, because that's how I've always pictured you.
Yeah,
that's how I've always like
I
received your vibe.
It's not. I never like, because some people, like, sometimes when I describe it, I feel like I'm describing it in a sense of like a facade, but it's definitely not a facade. It's just I feel like I have this personality where it's just like I'm very inviting and I'm very vibe oriented. Hence this podcast, and I always reciprocate vibes essentially. So it's just like if I meet someone, like when I met you guys, there's almost like an immediate connection that'll either go on or off, where I'll just be like, all right, I can fuck with this person and I can give them, the personality that who I actually am, or it's just like, I'll reserve it. I'll be cool, but like they won't see like the funny, the goofy, the dumb that like I am on a fucking 24-hour basis.
Wait, so are you like a closet introvert?
I like to describe myself.
Are you a closeted?
Because if you can't feel like that, you can be yourself completely right away. Because I feel that's like sometimes I just get so shy. Like people don't have the vibe that really like attracts like my spirit.
So that's interesting because I feel like you're shy, and I don't know if it's different for you, but I wonder if it's because you are darker than some. Right?
So it's
because there's that where it's like I can't, like, me personally, I'm like, okay, like going into this all white office, I'm like I test waters, but not like never to the full extent until I know.
So you're like limiting yourself.
Oh yeah,
you have
what?
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Code
guess that's
switching
like
is real.
that's so different for me because everyone always says that I'm like pretty racially ambiguous, and so like whatever I could be like in a room, and like I don't care what you look like, I can kind of like feel comfortable, and so I'm not gonna say that like I've taken advantage of that, but I've definitely not considered what that does for my identity.
Yeah. No,
so when it comes to the whole, where you were saying, am I like a closeted introvert? I've always told people, like, I label it as, and it's from a Kendrick Lamar song, antisocial extrovert, where I'm antisocial to the point where I do like me time. I like being by myself. Like, yeah, like the quarantine time, like it's been dope, like reflecting even more than I have in the past couple of years. But I feel extroverted when I am around people. Like I'm never introverted. I'll never feel like shy, or I'll need to like be to myself when I'm around people.
Really?
But I don't look for it. Okay. That's why I feel like I'm antisocial.
So like selectively social.
Yeah, that could be another great description.
So that's interesting because I know a couple of therapists and they like break it down a lot. Yeah. Where it's like, do you find your recharge by yourself or
100%.
when you're with people?
Yeah.
Because apparently that's what categorizes you as an introvert or extrovert. So like I've been called, and I've like picked up being called like a fun-loving introvert. Okay. Where it's like, yeah, we can go out, like we'll have fun, we'll do this thing, but there is gonna come a time where it's like, all right, I need to go. Like we need to go.
You can't find me. Yeah, no, real talk. It's just like where's Justin been? Like, nah, he's just been fucking chilling.
That's the end you fall on. You need like that private time, right?
So it's definitely, but like more recently, I'm feeling myself like obviously like urging, or like not urging, like
craving,
craving myself to go out and just breathe air. I mean,
outdoor air.
It's like I'll go for my run, and that's not even breathing air. I'm just dying.
I can feel that.
But like going out and just like being around people, we have to, I'll wear a mask, social distance, X, Y, and Z. I totally understand that, but it's like now it's like, damn, it's like what I would do to like be in traffic.
Nah, bro, you lost me.
No, well, yeah, you guys live in one of the worst places, worst drivers.
I don't know. I'm kind of for it.
Whoa, worst places and worst drivers.
Did you not listen to my other episode?
Bro.
Coming from the man who lives in Jersey, like.
Oh, do not get me wrong. Philly and Jersey, they're like a close 1-2. I don't know who to call one or two.
Really? New York, yo?
Well,
They're
New York,
wild.
They're just like they're
like
on
New
another
York
level
drivers.
of just. They're not human.
They're aggressive.
Wild. They're
not
super aggressive.
I've driven to New York one time, and I was like, that is the last time I ever do that.
I've been doing it multiple times, and it's just like
you are crazy.
It's good.
I
like it.
What?
It's like going out and being with people versus being at home by yourself. Pennsylvania is the introvert land, and extrovert land is out in New York.
Or maybe like Amish country, Pennsylvania. Philly's not no.
Well, I'm from Central PA. Okay. That's where I grew up. But
wait, where in Central PA? I've never knew.
I went to Mount Hershey School, so it's just outside of Harrisburg.
Okay, so like 2 hours like in. Yeah, because my mom used to work out in Harrisburg.
Mm-hmm. So, like Hershey chocolate, Hershey Kisses, Twizzlers, all that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Snickers.
Do they own Snickers?
Rude. No. Yeah. Mars owns Snickers. Yeah. But that's okay. You can like Snickers also. But no, it's definitely very, very slow. Like traffic is basically like, oh, I stopped one time at a light. So
it's like, oh my God, a red light.
I had to bypass this horse and
no, that's
carriage.
a legit thing. The horse and buggies.
Oh
yeah.
For work, I've had to go out to Lancaster.
Whatever. You're clearly not from around here.
I knew a girl who said that to me. She was just like, "Oh, I'm from Lancaster," and I'm like, "Oh, Lancaster."
Lancaster.
And I was like, "Lancaster," and she was like, "No, it's Lancaster." And I was like, "I'm not talking to you anymore." But no, I had to go out there for work because
that's why she didn't come to the headquarters.
Clearly. Okay, you guys might be hearing the sound effects, but if you see the shape of their mouths when they put it over the mic, it's really disturbing. I mean, I might leave.
You didn't come to the headquarters.
The gagging.
Oh, God. Only official guests come to the anyway. No. So my job, they have they do work with a photography studio out in Lancaster.
Wow, God bless.
Was that how it is? That what it was? Lancaster?
Yeah. Lancaster. I mean, you don't have to do the head Joel, but definitely nailed it.
You know why I say Lancaster is weird? Because I was born in Langhorne. I was born in Langhorne, PA. So when I see an LAN, I accentuate the LAN. So I'm like Lancaster.
I mean, I think it's a normal normal way to approach it in terms of like semantics whenever you're looking at the actual letters.
But people from there.
So when I had to go out there, the first time I went out there was in the winter. And it was scary because it's all hills and shit. Yeah. I'm in a fucking 2-wheel drive car or four. What am I talking about?
That was when you had a Subaru, I'm sure.
Oh no, that's why I wish I had my Subaru. I have a Honda now, but it's all right. But anyway,
my people are fans of the Hondas.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Civ.
I'm a fan of the Audis.
Civ.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, I have front wheel drive. So driving, being near like wet roads and ice that shit's scary. So like it was it just snowed and it's like 2 hours from here. And I remember the first time getting behind like a horse and buggy. Right. And I was like, what the fuck do I do? I'll never forget. I was playing like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, like bumping. And then I was like, can we get much higher? And it's just so high. And I'm like, do I go around this guy? And
That's the perfect soundtrack for that.
He's just going, and I'm like, all right, I guess I can go around him. And then I was just like,
Yeah.
And then,
did you know that that's like how international people picture that all of America is? Like very
assholes, horse and buggy?
No, kind of. Just like that extra land in between and the just
like the Midwest.
Fields of space.
Like the Midwest. Yeah. They think we're the Midwest, like nah.
All of my international friends always say that that's
polluted as fuck.
Yeah. I don't help it at all because I'm like, oh yeah, come see my family. We live out here. And they're like, this is exactly what I thought it was. I was like, no, this is not normal.
Are you still never mind.
Friends with Celia? Yes. I love her so much.
So I wanted to ask too, though.
Yes.
I did.
Yeah, we still keep in touch. I love her so much, you guys. Okay, so Celia is a mutual friend of ours.
Why? Are you trying to bring her back to headquarters?
Everybody loves her. She is stunning. She's stunning.
You trying to bring her back to headquarters?
Yeah, so
make some chocolate
she's
chip.
Absolutely stunning. Yeah, we went to Paris to visit her last year, was it?
Chocolate chip, what are they called? Croissants?
Croissant.
What are you talking about, Josh?
Chocolate chip croissant.
You're the chocolate chip croissant.
What are you guys talking about?
What? You're a chocolate chip?
The way that you melted when her name even crossed your mind.
Whoa. You know that's bullshit. You know.
Do we?
Yeah.
You know that's bullshit.
You're like, are you still friends with...
I can't even say it. Oh my God.
Remember, I am God when it comes to editing this shit.
Good luck.
I know, right? All those noises. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, so since we're talking about international friends, and I that's why I figured you were talking about her.
Yes.
But yeah, I love having that relationship. She's probably the most like me person I've ever met in the world. We call each other soulmates. Like I love her so much. And she had the good fortune of meeting you guys and really enjoying your company too. But do you guys have any?
Does she remember us? Like,
yeah.
I feel like your friends probably ask about her more than she asks about us.
No. You guys have this all twisted. Like, we talk all the time. So, like, if I'm hanging out with you, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, how's Josh?" Or like, like you guys definitely come up in conversation. So it's definitely she understands that you guys.
Shot, man.
Or something I care.
Do it.
Will you stop it?
What? Okay.
He's editing king. I'm not calling him GLD, but
He must have somebody on the side that he's like, "Whoa, shut up, bro."
I have no such thing.
Ooh, don't get yourself in trouble.
PSA. I am alone. I do this podcast. I play video games, and I work out.
Okay, I'll
And then I go to sleep.
Okay, I'll let her know. No problem.
Slide in the DMs.
I'm about to rip this shit off.
How did we get invited here?
I don't know.
We're definitely not invited back.
Bro, I'm so happy you guys. This is like the most that I've laughed.
Oh man.
Probably since Colombia.
Wow.
Yeah. So since February.
Colombia's like a trigger word for me right now. So wait, you guys.
I missed that.
Totally forgot.
Every time you guys were together, I really feel like I got to work my abs out. So does this count as exercise? Yeah, like even like Dilly, like our whole like people.
Oh man,
it's always hilarious
because she just says like just everything. She says everything you want to say.
Yeah,
because she doesn't.
And freaking
and then she says it like
has
adorably.
That privilege. Eric is also hilarious.
Massa Mace. All right. Yeah, we're good now.
So, okay, we were talking about Amanda, and we just took a little pause during, just to have some friendship talk.
We had a slight breakdown.
We're back.
But Amanda's great peoples.
Yeah.
Seriously.
What I was saying about Amanda is that, like, she just says what you want to say, but in, like, the sweetest way possible.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, wait, I wanted to say that, but thank you.
She articulates things in the most loving way.
Oh, yeah. But I love it when, like, she's just, like... when she just, like... She knows how to, like, get that kill shot. And I'm just like, damn, like, oh, my God.
Really? I've never
What?
heard a kill shot.
I've never heard a kill shot.
It might be me. I don't know,
Yeah, you might have effed up.
Oh, are you kidding me? I fuck up all the... At one point... Amanda, Eric, and Nick were like my second tier therapists.
Oh,
like
I
would talk about like just the stupid shit I was doing and how to figure it out. And then she just like, well, maybe X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe don't be an asshole.
Yeah, I'm like, you're right. I'm sorry.
No, Amanda's really great at giving advice. I don't think I've ever received any like negative vibes from Amanda ever.
She never shot at me.
No.
Yeah, no. She knows that she shoots.
Because we know how to act right, so.
Yeah, apparently I'm hollering at international friends and shit right now on my podcast.
Hey, do it.
What's up, Sally Bear?
I'm not doing any.
Mopatila pa.
Yeah, playa.
Whoop, whoop.
PLA.
No, but for real, Justin's good people. Justin's good. Oh, okay. Don't do that sound effect while I'm trying to hype you up.
I'm sorry.
All right, I take it back. All of it.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but never do.
Yeah, this is why. Bro, like when all of you guys are like having kids and shit, get married.
Gonna be wild.
I'm gonna be like that fucking just that cool uncle, man.
Yeah.
That cool single uncle.
Yeah, I could see that. He has his legs crossed right now, and I could like totally.
Yeah, like oh, is Uncle Justin coming for Christmas? Like, and then like he asked, like one of your kids asked, he was like, why doesn't he have Why does he have like a wife? Oh, because he doesn't know how to make up his fucking mind.
Trying making up for him, like, yo, Stanley, what's up?
Will you stop?
I will say he's super marketable. Okay, so I walked into this place, and y'all, your apartment is so nice, well kept, well decorated.
I'm so marketable.
I will be your real estate agent for the headquarters.
What? She said the Oh god.
No.
This is the episode that will solidify me being single forever.
There was a candle lit when we walked in.
That's true.
The lights weren't on. It was just a candle that welcomed us with smooth lighting. Mm-hmm. The scent wasn't too overpowering. It was just enough to invite you into the corridor.
Very true.
He gave us the option of taking off our shoes in a way to say, look, I do like to keep my place clean, but if it doesn't make you feel comfortable, you're totally welcome to do what you want to do. Yeah, even offered to pour our wine.
That's true.
It's a good night.
Very good host.
Yeah.
So, if anybody wants to move from France and get wifed.
Justin's in tears.
I have no idea how much shit I'm going to be in, dude.
I mean...
No, but, like, seriously,
fucked.
all jokes aside, I think, like, there's something to be said about being able to hold a podcast because that shows that you can communicate and, like, have really good conversation. And this is enjoyable. I mean, even just as friends. Like, it's just a cool place to be right now.
I mean...
Definitely.
So what I actually wanted to say about, like, the whole podcasting, because, yes, all three of us have podcasts now, and I didn't know that I was the last one. But, yeah, it was weird because, like, I always saw myself, like, the whole podcast idea came about with my one friend who I normally do the podcast with. We would just have random, like, long talks in, like, the parking lot.
Shout out to Zero. I know he likes to do shout outs. So
I know, he's shout out Zero, shout out Shades, Shady McGrady.
Shout out
one of his names.
Del Sol. El Hijo de Sol.
El Hijo de Sol.
Mother Goose.
Whatever the fuck. One glove. One glove. Everyone remembers one glove. Good job on that one, dude. Everyone remembers one glove.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, all right. But even after, like, that idea of, like, doing the podcast with him, like, I always saw myself doing, like, a, not like a relationship podcast, but, like, kind of like a, and not even like a self-help, but just, like, random tidbits or advice or, even something like this where,
Life
but, like,
hacks.
no, something like where I'm, like, so if I was, like, with someone right now, I would do kind of, like, it would kind of be, like, on the lines of, like, an advice podcast, but at the same time, just talk about, like, random topics that are going on, because to have that, like, dynamic where you have two totally different perspectives, like, number one, a female, and then whatever her personality is, and then me being a male, and whatever, my views on certain things are, and then just giving, like, those two, like, perspectives, and then, like, whatever the audience listens to, like, they hear our dynamic, like, and obviously, I know I'm funny, and
No, but that's really good, and it's a successful model.
I would love to do that, like, so it's like, shout out whoever my girlfriend or fiance or wife will be, but, like, I would
You've been charged.
I would love to do that with you. Yeah. Just start a podcast. Just
Have
for
you
fun
ever listened
too.
to Casey Neistat's podcast with his wife?
I don't listen to him because his face weirds me out.
Yeah, that's why it's easier to
I feel
listen.
like you can't say that. I feel like you can't. Like,
That's not
I'm
nice.
joking.
It's not nice. He's not joking. He's not joking. He just feels bad about what he said.
Oh my god.
I'm joking.
Wow.
Well, he and his face and his wife have a podcast together.
Okay.
You said he and his face and his wife. His face and his wife. His face is a third person.
It's not the same.
You need two microphones for him.
It's so good though. I feel like you need to have understood what a committed and long-term relationship is in order to really enjoy it, because there's authenticity that would make normal people feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
And I feel like Josh, you get this because you hang out like Josh and I have both been in long-term relationships, and we've done so like with each other as like sounding boards, and so like whenever we have awkward, I guess, conversations or just like little disagreements and such, it's not awkward for us as friends.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what that podcast is. It's very much like you need to be in tune with what it is to have, you know, just like open communication, disagreements, and understanding of what a relationship is.
And I feel like having a podcast, and obviously I'm not saying that like whatever girl that I'm with, like, it's like we start dating for a month, like, hey, you want to start this podcast? Like
that could be a cool way to bond.
So that is definitely a possibility. Like I could see myself doing that, like almost like a year into it, because it would enhance that like communication factor in any relationship, where it's just like you're doing it on somewhat of a public forum,
right?
And you're hearing one another out, because it's just like, if both parties understand like how podcasting works, it's just like you can have a conversation about anything. Because sometimes it's really hard to just communicate watching TV with your partner. Like you can just be like sitting there
talking about it. Just kidding.
Is that
Preach? It's so
wait?
true.
What did they used to do in like church?
Preach. Talk about it.
Something.
Amen.
Or no, it's like I'm thinking of like the organs.
Oh, you're talking about
like,
musical.
It's so hard to talk in person. It's so hard to talk during Netflix. Fuck it.
Oh, see, that part I didn't really hear in church, but I mean, is that a Baptist church thing?
No, it's not a Baptist church.
Okay.
It's the Church of Justin right there. That's all that.
You guys, we promise that we are saved.
I mean, I guess I've been dunked.
It's about authenticity. I've been dunked. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, Mom.
He was dunked in a bathtub full of wine.
I'm sorry, Mom. I was baptized, so I guess I am Baptist
hilarious.
by.
How do you feel about presentation versus like baptizing a child?
What do you mean?
So in our culture,
like, does it matter like where you do it? Like,
well, so in our culture, it's very common for us to baptize a child, but that's for us more like presentándolo, which is like, you know, like offering like this life to learn and be a part of like, you know, understanding God and understanding what spirituality is, but you can't really commit them. So it's more like you're presenting them to the church. Whereas there are some people who baptize children, children, and expect that's their saving. You know, like that's their baptism and that counts for life. I don't see that counting all the way through until you make that conscious decision.
Hot takes. I know in the Baptist household, growing up Baptist, yes, you have to like make that conscious decision. But I guess, you know what we call it though? I guess like dedicating the life back. So like,
a dedication.
So there's like, you dedicate the child's life, right, back to Christ. And then in the church I'm at now, they do a baptismal of the baby. But I don't know if the baby, when they grow up, they then make that next decision for themselves. But yeah, in the Baptist church, it was like a dedication, like you dedicated the life back to the baby, and then you would have like the whole baptism because now you're making that conscious.
No, I love that. I think that's really important to be able to like make your own decision, but also have the guidance to understand, like, you know, this is what you're deciding or this is what you're not deciding.
Speaking of, do you guys, how do you feel about godparents? Like, are they actually there to...
I have godparents, and technically I am one. And I say technically because this is one. He's a really good friend of mine, and his son is now 3, I think. And
you
worst godfather.
You're fired.
He's 3. He's 3. He is 3. His name is Xander. He was born July 24th. I know his birthday.
What time?
Doesn't matter, dude.
Oh, okay.
Dude, on that day, I got a good 24 hours. Fuck that shit. Anyway, so no, it's my man Ralph, and he asked me to be his kid's godfather before he was born.
Right.
It was and I didn't know this. I mean, I have godparents, but I didn't know how it worked. So he asked me as like his him and his girl were gonna like start trying for another kid, and I was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, yeah, man, so, you know, in case we die or something like that, you'll take care. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm like, I'm older than you guys. I was like, dude, I feel like I'm going to die pretty soon. Anyway.
Stop saying that, Dios mío.
Remember that darkness Josh was talking about? I live in it.
He's dark, man.
But no, he was born, and then like the official baptism was supposed to happen like that summer, like 2017, and it still hasn't happened yet. So I mean, technically, that's why I say technically I still am, because like when I don't know. I mean,
it's a whole thing. You have to plan. Like,
it's like a time. I guess it's a time.
You're still the godfather. Like, at least in my belief system.
No, and it's not like I put it to the side. Yeah, it's not like I'm like nah.
Yeah. No, like
actually, Thursdays don't work
until he gets a gift from me. No.
Yeah. No, for example, like I'm sorry, you were gonna say something.
No, I was just gonna say so we just had a conversation where we were talking about like godparents, me and Laura, and growing. She was like, "Well, godparents are there to like raise your child up in the way that they should go, like with Christ or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, I guess that makes sense," but I've never heard of it that way.
Yeah, me neither.
But like but I say it's because I grew up in a Baptist household, so you never had to like, you're gonna raise my child up in Christ, right? It's just like assumed, like if you were the godparent, then that's what it was.
So I have like both perspectives. First being my in-laws are pastors, so when we got invited to be godparents for my sister-in-law's children, the process was very much like we had to learn about what it means to be like godparents, and there was an actual class and things like that. Whereas I was madrina or godmother for my cousin. I call her like a sister, and that was very much like where you assume it. But like right now with COVID, so basically our godchildren, my sister-in-law's children, Julio is the godfather to the daughter, and I'm the godmother to the son. So basically we are, I don't know. We're basically the godparents. Well, generally what they do is they were brought up Catholic is go back to Colombia where their parents were baptized in that same church in Colombia, and then the parents of those parents were baptized in that same church of Colombia. And so we were going to go this year to baptize and present him to God. The issue is COVID. So to answer your question, we haven't had that formal process take place, but I still very much see that responsibility as being divine, and I still very much think that responsibility is still mine.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I definitely still I feel the same way. Like I don't feel like the responsibility isn't there, but it's just like when it happens, like it'll happen. But that's all based upon like whenever they do it. But
right.
How do you like therapy?
Therapy is dope.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do it.
Funny story about therapy. It was actually recommended to me by the one, and I've never really told anybody this. PTV exclusive.
I was about to say that's PTV After Dark for you.
Can we?
I might need therapy after this. Just kidding.
Wait, actually, I need to check something.
Have they not called you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hungry.
I was.
So I'm going to pause. We're going to take a quick break. You won't even know it. And then we're going to
talk about therapy.
And then I'm going to talk about my journey into therapy. So 1 second. Yeah. Wait. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. Can we talk? I wanna know for a minute. I know you know your name. What's your fucking name?
It's Julie.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, back to reality.
We're back. Snap back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. Whoop, I'm Joel Shaggity.
Back to. That's interesting that we all heard.
We heard 3 different songs.
To life.
Back to reality.
Yeah, it's best friend.
To life.
Hey. So since we do like 3-minute intros, I do have a proposition to make, which I know you guys are already down. Since we just finished our Chinese food and we're back.
Yes, we're back from eating
We
Chinese
did bring
food.
our fortune cookies in. Can
Oh,
we
yeah.
start with those?
Fortune cookies.
I thought it'd be cool if we share them.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I get back into the therapy story.
Back into the third.
That, You know, that's
Oh,
heavy,
that
you
wasn't-
know?
yeah.
That's heavy before a cookie. Oh, this crinkling.
It'll be fine. Who wants to go first? I guess whoever opens it first.
Maybe we'll let Justin go first since he like goes here.
That's true.
Since I go here.
You go here. You go here. This is your school. And work, so.
Bang.
All right, so for my fortune, I don't even want to fucking read it. It's so stupid. It's so fucking dumb, dude. I would get this stupid.
ASMR?
I would get this shit.
What'd you get?
So, for my fortune, I'll get my reading voice right. My late night voice. PTVAD.
After dark.
For true love, send real roses preserved in 24 karat gold. That is my fortune. Why the
Shallow
fuck?
and pedantic,
Why
but
the
you
fuck
know.
would I do that?
No, I did that once with
No, you didn't.
You sent
Steven Singer. They
I
have
hate
roses.
Steven Singer.
Well, that's there.
I hate
Good
those.
job.
I hate
Good
those.
job.
Those signs. Those signs are so
Good marketing.
toxic, but they make you wonder, like, who's Steven Singer?
And that's exactly how I
Yeah.
ended up being there.
Exactly.
And so, I got the flower, and to this day, she still has it. So.
24 karat.
Hallelujah.
Gold
That is
rose?
so sweet. Why you never told me you did some stuff like that?
I don't know.
So it's a 24 karat gold rose.
So that I wouldn't
I think
put
so.
pressure on
It's
my
like
husband
purple.
to be like, yo, so Josh is giving out 24 karat gold roses.
Yeah, I'm not disclosing that I would do that for anybody. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I've never, or rarely, let's say super rarely, ever eaten the cookie, but I just did it here to be obnoxious.
Oh,
Cool.
really? The cookies are good.
Yeah, they're
I
alright,
enjoyed
even
it.
though these are American made.
I really enjoy it inside of like ice cream. If you have ice cream to like
That
crunch it on top of.
they need to make a fortune cookie flavored ice cream.
Stop!
would
I'm surprised
destroy
Lay's
that.
didn't get into ice cream to do that because they
I'm
make
surprised
like whatever
Ben and
flavor.
Jerry's hasn't just done that shit yet, man. They have all the
Ben and
dumbest
Jerry's.
flavors, like super dumb.
Dumbest
Netflix
or
and chill.
amazing?
It's like, shut the fuck up, Ben and Jerry's.
You don't be a hater because Ben and Jerry's is woke.
how you feel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Wake
definitely how I
up.
feel. I'm cool with the regular fucking store brought Neapolitan or some shit.
Okay, well, that's why we don't invite you to our ice cream socials.
And this is why I'm alone. It's fine.
This is why.
I thought that was a good one. A little shallow though.
Oh, yours?
Yours?
No, sure.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Because I'm not shallow.
No, you're not at all.
I'm fucking 5 foot deep, dude.
Yeah. But little do you guys know, he'll be like tomorrow, like buying some roses and dipping them in like gold paint.
I'm going to wake up tomorrow, log on to my work laptop and be like, fuck, dude, that episode I recorded last night is going to get me fucked.
We promise to kind of behave.
Okay, so who's next?
Let's hear yours, Josh.
All right, cool. This is weird. In music, one must think with his heart and feel with his brain.
Wait, why is that weird?
Why
That's
couldn't have
spot
I got
on.
with that one, dude?
That's a good one.
It's just, that's weird. In music, I don't have anything musical going on.
See, that's
Okay, here's I am like
analyzing
completely with that, and here's why. Because I feel like you as a dancer would get this. So you're feeling the beat. You're not over here counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right? You're just dancing. Right. But then like when you're making music, your brain is like, oh, like that's the, you know, this is a key of G. Let me make sure I do a sharp or like, you know. I guess as a musician you would get it more than.
I see where you're coming from. No, I do.
It was hard to explain.
I do see where you're coming from. It's just for if this is like a fortune cookie in my current moment right now, like I'm not doing Songbird anymore, right?
But do you see music as like being a metaphor for life? Like, if you like see life through like emotion and love,
The music
then
of life.
right, and then like your brain guides you, obviously, but not as much as like being in the moment and feeling does.
Okay, sure.
Maybe that's not what the cookie meant, but
I mean, if you wanted to, I feel like you would have to twist it and frame it that way. to like get something out of it. But yeah, sure.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it all the way.
What's yours?
All right. So mine says, what are my glasses? For insight on quandary, turn to people with first-hand experience. I think the most pragmatic of any of them.
Excuse me?
For insight on quandary, turn to people with first-hand experience.
Okay. Interesting.
That is definitely the most pragmatic.
Absolutely. I don't think it needs any explanation. I
think
I win this game.
You got like the most logical one.
Yeah.
I got one that doesn't matter.
No.
And then Josh was just kind of just like, yeah, mine's is cool.
So you're like, what is it? The Three Bears, Goldilocks. Yours is just right. Mine was
I think yours is just right.
Yeah, yours was just right.
You think so? Mine was just like, yeah, no, I know that. Like, why'd you waste my cookie? Like, I want something fun. Like you.
My shit was wasted. It was telling me to buy a 24 karat gold rose that I would probably never do.
No, yours was the worst. Yeah, 100%.
We definitely agree that yours was the worst.
And I feel like advice like that is what leads us into dating therapy. Tell us more about your experience.
That was a good segment.
Yeah, that's kind of like the main reason why, because fucking bullshit fortune cookies ruined my life, so I had to go to therapy. No, that's not the reason. So yeah, what I was saying before the break, yeah, it's an interesting story how I learned of my current therapist. I went through 2 therapists before I landed on mine. So it goes back to the one and only date that I had from going on Bumble. So when I was single at that time, I went on Bumble when I thought that I felt comfortable to try it and start dating because I've never dated before. Matched with someone. We met up. It was very weird because I've never been on a date before. I don't know the ins and outs of like how to. It's just like foreign. Yeah. Oh, 100% foreign. Like, dude, I started talking about my pop figures at one point, and I was like, yeah, exactly. She was just like dry and.
Really? I don't know. I hate that. I think anytime you're talking about something that interests you, like that should be welcome.
It wasn't like oh, let me talk about my interests. It was like oh, I'm panicking, and it was, and I felt like the
pop figures. I got them.
I tried.
I have like 78, and
1, 2.
No, they're 77. Trust me. Yeah, or 72, whatever. Yeah. So. And I felt like when I think about it retrospectively, like the night was actually going well. Like we had dinner, and then it went to we went to a bar because like, we just wanted to keep talking, and that's where the pop figure shit came up. But
the bars are dangerous.
In the midst of that, I got serious like for a split second about like actually looking for like therapy because at the time in my life, I just got the new job, so I was like feeling a little bit better about like my professional career. But I was still in a really bad place mentally because I was just figuring out that I was never actually performing any self-care. And this is when I got heavy into like mental health awareness, and then I know that I've always had like anxiety. I've had panic attacks since I was like a teenager, and then at that point in my life, I needed to like sort that shit all out. So I told her that, and then she was like, "Oh, that's like really interesting," because like at that point she was going to therapy for like I want to say 2 years at that time, and she was like, "Oh, it's like really like affordable. I go to one that doesn't like have to go through the jumps and hurdles like through like your benefits through your healthcare." Yeah. And she was like, a lot of therapists like just do like cash only or something like that. Yeah. So I told her like the area where I lived, and her therapist gave her a couple of recommendations like the following week, and she texted me them. And
wow, maybe that was the reason for that Bumble meeting.
I don't know. Yeah, and that's why I'm just like I ran into this person for a reason. And I checked out a couple, and they were all right. And then I landed on the one who I currently have right now, and like it was just something like just how it was like when I walked into it, because she had like a home in a section, like a side, like part of her house that she would just do her therapy sessions, and something immediately just like clicked. I felt instantly comfortable with like telling her about my past, and because she has to like do like an evaluation for like the first session, and everything that I was telling her, I felt super comfortable. And yeah, so I actually didn't jump on those therapists. Like, it took me a minute. The first, like, so that was October of 2018. My first session wasn't until with the therapist that like I settled with wasn't until January of 2019. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it took me a few months.
Just in time though.
It took me a few months to.
No, because 2020 is no joke.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah. In terms of that, yeah, looking at it that way, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had sessions January 2019 with her. And yeah, in the beginning I was doing like intense, where I was going every week, and I was like, I need to figure out why my mind works this way. Then it kind of like, once I started figuring shit out, it dialed back down to like 2 times a month. And then yeah, it was like that kind of like going forward, it would be every other week in the month. And then this past year, it slowed down to once a month, because in the beginning of the year, before all this COVID madness, I was doing a lot of traveling. Like, I had to go to San Diego, then the bachelor party in Colombia, then back to San Diego, then Florida for like my grandfather's like celebration of life. And then that's when everything was like, okay, you're not allowed to go anywhere. So it was like once a month. And then we kind of kept that schedule from then till now, like where I have Skype sessions with her at least once a month. And yeah, there's always something, and the reason why I kind of dialed it back, aside from the traveling, was I wanted stuff to happen in my life, because in the beginning, I was just trying to figure out everything that was going on. And after I started figuring that stuff out and performing self-care and just reflecting on a lot of things and catching myself doing certain actions, and when I dialed it down to once a month, it was like, okay, I'm doing this once a month because I want to see like how my month goes, and then I want to talk about it.
Yeah, so you can reflect.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to like obviously it'd be beneficial for her, paying her every single week. Like, I know she's just like, damn it, but no, she's not like that. Yeah, like the once a month thing, it really helps, because I get to like kind of hone in. And I have my own little note section of things I want to talk about, or something that I might have experienced, and just like kind of just flesh it out and just like, oh, okay, like get a different perspective. And if it happens again, like I'll have a different way of thinking about it, or just approaching it. So it's really cool. It's a really weird story about.
It's not a weird story.
Well, no, weird in the sense of like, it's not like I was like, Google Bumble. Yeah, it's a Google therapist in South Jersey. It was I matched this girl. Like, whoa, I'm not even gonna date this girl. But I got a therapist.
No, there's a reason you met her. So. I think it's really powerful, and there's like 2 things. First of all, thank you for your vulnerability and transparency.
100% transparency on the Passive Vibes podcast.
I love that. I also, it's been very, I guess, there's a stigma when it comes to mental health in America, especially when it comes to like, strong men, and when it comes to just like being open in terms of like our age bracket, the whole millennial, there's just so much of a stigma, and I've always been kind of afraid of that, because there are things that me as a very open empath and as an emotional person that I wish I could be more open with in terms of, my life. But I recently, actually yesterday, was talking, in therapy with my husband, and I realized that like I never talked about, and like things that were like really powerful. And Josh, like probably when she said like, have you ever talked about some of these things with anyone? I was like, nope. And then I remembered actually, like having a conversation with Josh, about one of the situations, and like feeling so like comfortable, but also like dirty for having any trauma in my life. And for a long time the stigma of, you know, like mental health and like what it is to go to therapy and things like held me back from really having those conversations with people who I cared about.
Yeah.
But I think that's toxic, and I love that we're opening up this entire conversation, because I have now committed to like every week having these conversations, and I do it with my husband, good times, bad times, you know, great times, but I think it's really important.
Yeah, no, 100%. I definitely, the whole thing is like with the new job that I got, I wanted to start being like a real adult and like find out about, like how does healthcare actually work? Does it, because like before you just sign up, I would just sign up for it because that's what they're supposed to do.
It's there on a piece of paper during orientation.
Like you need to sign it, so whatever. Yeah. But recently I've just been feeling like, like I want to try out this whole therapy thing because I don't think there's anything wrong that could come from it.
There's nothing to lose.
Yeah. Right. There's nothing to lose, and it's like I don't know what blind sides I have, and I'm sure I do. Yeah. I've just been operating very well at like maneuvering with them, right?
So that's not like a typical mindset. Like you have grown so much in terms of like where we are as a society, and I wish more people thought that way.
Yeah, the fact that like you're hyper aware that like that you're hyper aware in the sense that therapy could definitely be beneficial in some sort of way. You just don't know just yet. Right. Not a lot of I feel like no one I know thinks that way. They'll think that like, therapy's not going to help. It's just me talking to someone who doesn't know me.
She don't need to be my business.
Is that exactly? It's like
you don't know me. No,
the hair clip.
You
but
ain't
like
shit. You
don't know my life.
Shit. Your mama know you ain't shit.
This is where a camera. Your mama know.
I'm just gonna sip my Dr. Pepper.
What? But no, being like that aware of that, like of the benefits of therapy is so dope, because I didn't even have that mindset. I just knew there was something wrong with me. And that's like kind of like not a good way to look at it. Like you shouldn't just think automatically there's something wrong with you. I've learned that I should have just been thinking that there's something that can be worked on. And
but like, how do you know that just wasn't what you were thinking?
Paradigm
was shifted.
I was just so in a negative headspace that like I was like, what is wrong with me? Like I need to figure it out. And once I like actually have been going to therapy for the time that I've been going, I have changed my perspective on a lot of different ways that I think, because like Josh mentioned earlier, I do have a very dark sense of humor. I say a lot of dark things.
I think that shit's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it is, and it's not even I'm putting on a show. It's just that's what it is. Like the death things, that's just an exaggeration. Like, yeah, I know I'm not. I'm not just like, I'm gonna die tomorrow. Like, no, I'm not. I'm just saying that just for a comedic effect. But what?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I wish that I did have that view of therapy before going in, where it's just like, okay, like what will be the benefits, where I was just literally just like just trying to like essentially begging to figure out what was going wrong with me. But
so can you see how Past the Vibes, I'm sorry, this is probably not the direction you want to go, but like, can you see how Past the Vibes is your coping mechanism in terms of like a therapeutic way to express yourself?
110%.
I love that about this.
So when I think I mentioned, I don't know if it was off air or on air. I'll figure it out when I listen back to this. But I remember mentioning that this was like my pandemic project, where it was something to definitely keep my mind going creatively, and just keep my mental state just at whole, because like being by myself for this amount of time, like I'm the type of person, if I am by myself for in a allotted amount of time, just with nothing going on, my mind just perpetuates in a really negative way, and that's how my anxiety like really like comes out. But I've learned recently that I've been doing this for this momentary happiness, and not in the way that it sounds like, I'm just doing it just for the time being. Yeah, it's like I was watching this YouTube video, and he was talking about a guy who recently like passed away, and they watched like a video of him at like doing like a seminar, and he was talking about like how fame and money isn't like once you attain fame and money, like you'll realize really quick, like it's not going to make you happy. It's about like finding that now happiness, like living for that actual moment, and then like, figuring out what makes you happy in that moment.
Right.
And I realized that I was doing that with this podcast. And there have been multiple weeks where I would have a long night, or just I wouldn't feel good in the morning, and I would call up Zero and just be like, or I would have the urge to call him up and just be like, dude, I don't think we can do it today. But I know that once I get behind the mic and we just start shooting the shit or talking about whatever topic just pops up, it's just like it feels so natural. And it is like it's therapeutic. It's like
cathartic.
Very. It's such a release, and it doesn't even have to be about anything like super serious. It's just about like we talked about fucking XXL freshmen, like music, like young new artists, like for a good hour and a half, and it's just so fun. And it's like I know that I'm not doing. Well, I know that I will be doing the video game recording soon again, but that's another thing where it's just like that's bringing back the passion that I used to have and hold on to as like a young kid, a teenager, a young adult of playing video games. Yeah. I felt like for the past like 3-4 years, I've lost my passion to play video games. Like I'll still buy them, I'll play online with friends, but like that one feeling that I used to love playing video games for disappeared. Like I used to want to play games straight to finish. An escape. Yeah, I would play the game, like complete it, finish it, see the story, play it again, like on a different difficulty, and then like experience it in a whole different way, and then just feel like a sense of like completion, a sense of accomplishment. Sorry, and I was missing on that too, and doing the video game recordings and bringing that back, and doing it with a buddy or whoever comes through to like as like a third player. It's just so it brings in that now happiness that like I didn't realize that I was doing, but it's keeping me going, creatively and just motivation wise. It's just I'm still moving forward because of all of this.
Yeah.
So
I think as people, we're generally very like communal spirits, right? And so we search for community in terms of like people who can relate to us, or just an affirmation that the ideologies that we have are ones that other people can either relate to or even converse with. And I think that's what a podcast does. That's what sharing interest in a video game, that's what sharing any type of interest does. It affirms that like, oh, things that go on in my brain are like normal, they're cool, they're fun, they're relatable. And if you don't take time to have those conversations, which is something that I need to work on as like sometimes a little bit of a recluse, then you're really depriving yourself of a lot of growth, and you're depriving yourself of like a release. And I think that's what's really powerful about podcasting, and that's what's powerful about streaming or like YouTube or this, just like this epic, or that's how you say it in Spanish, época, what's that name? Era that we live in.
Okay.
I love that she like pointed to me like época.
Era.
It's like, I'm sorry, my Duolingo has been sucking the past couple weeks.
Yeah, they've been bugging me like, we miss you. I'm like, I know.
Duolingo is so disrespectful. My husband and I were having like the best dinner, and they're like, it's time to check your Duolingo. Yeah. I'm like, Julio, put that Duolingo down.
I'm fucking up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. And it's hard because are you just doing Spanish?
Yeah.
So I started off with Spanish, and then I also picked up Japanese.
I was thinking about doing it, but I'm like, let me not kill myself.
Nah, it's fun, but like, yeah, it's next level.
Julio's doing French, and I just think it's so lovely. I love listening to him speak French.
It's
cute.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Voulez-vous coucher ce soir avec moi?
I don't know, dude.
Creole lady.
Szechuan.
Yeah, we trilingual in here.
Quadrilingual.
Because we got Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, I really appreciate the connection of like therapy with podcasting and community. It's pretty dope.
I can't wait for my therapy session.
Oh, so you're actually gonna?
Oh yeah, you never told me you found one. Oh, so we're not friends.
So
you said we're not friends.
So I haven't like picked one up, but I've been wanting to do it.
Okay,
and
fine.
like I just passed like the 3-month mark, or not the 3. It's actually been like 3.5. But like basically, I just got benefits.
Right. Like okay. So, has it been that long?
It's been that long.
Shut the front door right now.
It was April 6th.
It feels like yesterday.
Right.
Like I'm not. Oh my gosh! It's not May.
Yeah.
What month is this?
April 6th.
It's August.
We're in August.
Yeah, you've been working there for like 4 months.
Yeah. Hey man, COVID slows everything down.
Dude, yeah, I've been living in slow motion.
Oh, I'm
Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me.
Oh my god, my anniversary is next week.
She working that back. I don't know about that. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Move it. Slow motion for me. And after you wake it up and slap, why, drop it like that.
I don't know why we don't have an album.
Right?
We need to, just a straight album of 2000s covers.
PTV.
Yeah, you're
The
definitely.
album.
So we got the bass, you're the tenor.
No, PTV AD. The album.
The album.
The COVID release.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like that.
The COVID-15.
COVID-15, man. No. It's real.
Oh my god! But so I guess we could move into the I guess what would have been the main meat of what I was going to ask you guys.
You cannot say main meat in the headquarters.
Main meat in the headquarters. Whoa!
Wow.
Everyone's gonna think this place is like hypersexualized.
First of all, it's a red room of pain. He tried to turn off the lights and everything was red in here.
Whoa!
You guys remember have you watched 50 Shades of Grey? This is your red room. Oh yeah.
Don't do that.
I did it. It's too late. It's done. I feel like getting Lysol for this couch I'm sitting on. Like, I'm a little nervous as to what goes on when we're not here.
Guest again.
I've just been edited out of the entire podcast.
No, I'm leaving it in just to show people how like I don't care, but like they're gonna be like, you should have cared.
No, he's leaving it in so that he's like, yeah, I'm sexually active. Go ahead and believe that.
Damn, I don't know if that was a shot or not. It sounded pretty backhanded.
It's supposed to be like a whore.
No, you want to know why I said that? Because I saw this video and there was this guy and he was like, I'm gonna go ahead and spray paint cheater on my car so it looks like I'm sexually active.
That's really sad.
Yeah, it's so sad. And so that joke was in my head and I thought about it.
I'm gonna spray paint. Oh Jesus Christ!
What were you saying, man?
I don't.
Oh yeah, you had thoughts.
I kind of prepped you guys, I guess, but
Right, about entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
look at me, I can bounce back.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, from calling me a whore, pretty much, to.
Oh my god, you guys! I hope you know I'm joking.
How do you turn whore into an entrepreneurial development?
Wait, do you think they know I'm joking? I'm totally joking. Justin is such a gentleman.
Why did that flow so well? How to turn a whore to an entrepreneur? Ooh, who's that bitch at the door? Ooh, I'm about to put her on the floor. Ooh,
wow, that's disrespectful.
Let me stop. That's super disrespectful.
She gonna be begging for more. Let's go.
All right, well, just gonna sip my drink and have some morals and self-respect.
I was like, you think you better than us.
Listen, both of these people, both Josh and Julie, holy shit, it's a Triple J podcast. Both Josh and Julie,
J to the third power,
are both in
J cubed.
Awesome.
It's not even PTV anymore.
It's
J cubed.
J cubed.
GameCube.
A. Looking for that sponsorship.
Oh, Nintendo, what's up? Yo,
you guys let the host talk.
No, it's just go ahead. It's just really funny how both of you guys are in very loving relationships, and it's just like I know that like I can't get fuck you guys, man. You don't let me talk.
I'm trying to behave. He gave us too much Captain Morgan.
Not me. If that got picked up about who gave who the Captain Morgan, I did not bring it.
Oh, jeez. Don't be mad.
No, we're good.
We're Chinese. Stop putting your drink on the edge of this, because if you drip in this room.
Came through dripping.
Drip, drip.
Drip, drip, drip. But no, it's just really funny how like you guys joke about that, and then it's just like, I'm the one that's alone.
Oh my god.
Joke about what? And then you're alone. What? What's going on? How do we get to this dark time?
I don't know.
Okay, so
no, kid, Cuddy, fuck out of here, bro.
Joke about, getting the goods on the floor, begging for more out here in the streets, and we want. Never mind. Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, back to the entrepreneurial.
Right. Or should we begin there? Because I'm not sure we actually are going back because we didn't start.
We never started.
I almost asked the question.
Oh, go ahead.
But
right. Should we let him?
You got.
Definitely.
Should you let me? Is that what you just said?
I mean, because we can go off tangents. If you
we
want.
just staged
no.
a coup d'etat, so like.
Or we can have another episode on your entrepreneurial.
That'd be fun.
Why
I already did the entrepreneurial series, but
I don't know why he just used his midnight voice, so I like totally missed what the premise of that statement was.
All right, with your cup of tea.
Oh, are you talking about like in the next episode we come together? We're gonna talk about entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship, unless you want. I mean, we're right now we're closing in on an hour and a half. Unless you just want to go on different tangents right now, like how I literally just start talking and rambling about.
We should probably like end it, and then you can start another one, and then we could do that.
Yeah,
it's
it'll
up
be
to
the
you
second
guys.
one. I think it has to be because we have a lot to say about entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And when I say we, I mean mostly me. I'm just kidding.
Shit. Well,
I got to talk all day about this.
Go home.
Josh, you are the entrepreneur king.
She said, "Fuck that shit. I run this."
What are you doing,
Mr. Multiple Streams of Income will be back in episode 2 on the late night show. Let's go.
I think we just closed out your show for you.
I think, but you forgot the vibe of the week, though.
Oh, okay. All right. Ooh, I got it.
Oh, okay.
I've been waiting for this. I love that. Like you guys,
the vibe of the week.
Vibe of the week. I'm like, that shit was whack, man. What you should have had, like.
Wait. Okay. I'm sorry. I haven't done my homework. Please explain the vibe. Of the
All right.
week.
So no, yeah, I always explain it. So what we like to close out the episodes of Passive Vibes podcast.
After dark.
Available on all streaming platforms. Rate and subscribe and share.
After dark.
God damn it.
Pass the vibes.
Pass the vibes. Yeah. So the vibe of the week. I hate this shit.
Do you want this show? It's yours now.
Yeah. No. I mean, there's no monetary value, honestly.
Oh, it's everything.
Vibe of the week. It's a song. It's an artist. It's an album. And the most latest episode that will go up next week. I've decided to include stuff in your daily life that you've been doing. That's just like a vibe. It could be a healthy vibe. It could be a chill vibe or anything. Yeah, but mainly it was revolving around music because like I'm so into music on a daily basis. I'm always listening to something new. Yeah, so the vibe of the week, it could be a song, album, artist that you played, and then you were just like, damn, that like it put you in a mode, it put you in a mood. So, whoa, excuse me. Put you in a mode, put you in a mood.
Right.
And yeah, so I mean, I'll let you go last, but you're on deck, you're ready.
Right.
I'm ready. I've been ready for weeks.
Yes, he stands this shit.
All right.
No, I would say that. So, the artist is Rosalia.
Ooh, the one with Travis Scott, who's
but
average.
I knew about it before Travis Scott, bro. So, like, you know what I mean? Like,
She's all right. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the best. Second, no, I'm just kidding.
But the track that really put me on was Malamente.
Ooh.
And that it just goes hard, and the video is actually really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Malamente.
Do you
La Rosalia?
Clips? Do you play clips of it? Can you play it for me after this?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
What?
I think she wanted to try to play a clip right here, right now, and it's like.
Oh no, I didn't know how that went. I didn't know how that went. It's rules.
No, don't do that,
no problem. But you're gonna play for me after. Okay, Malamente by Rosalia.
Rosalia.
Okay, what's the vibe of that though?
It's just like a music, and it's just like something that like you had to put on repeat or something.
You had to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like,
add
damn,
that to my
that
list. Okay.
For me, it's this new artist that I found. His name is Dominic Fike.
Okay.
And he's like a kind of a part of like that sad boy rapper group or genre, but like. I know you just didn't disrespect him like that. Because Kid Cudi's the furthest thing from sad boy rap.
Okay.
Dominic Fick, my vibe of the week. Fuck Rosalia.
What's the album?
Whatever the fucking name is.
La Rosalia.
Yeah, she's the name of a Pokemon. There's a Pokemon named Rosalia.
You're outvoted, so.
I hate you.
It's
Just
a beautiful
disrespecting me like that.
It's just so. I mean, we can get into it in the next episode, but like, I'll talk about it in the next episode. It's fine.
So sad boy rap is your.
He
your
didn't.
vibe right now?
I don't care anymore.
What's his name? Dominic what?
Dominic Fike.
Dominic
Or Fick.
Fike.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Don't listen to him.
I'm gonna listen to him.
It's all right.
I'm gonna listen to him because he got your panties in a bundle.
He got your panties in the bundle.
No, I'm actually really interested. I already know who mine will be too. Jessie Reyez, her album Before Love Came to Kill Us. Actually, any of her albums. Being Human in Public. Oh my gosh, I have loved Jessie Reyez since before anybody even knew who she was.
I fucking found her on the street.
Yeah. No, for real. And I love that she's getting like some recognition now. But everything about her is authentic, and there's something to be said about that. Like, you know, sometimes the vibe isn't necessarily where you're at. You know, if it's like sadness or heartbreak or whatever it is, but just I can vibe with her at any moment because she's authentic, and I'm here for that.
No, that's a good choice and a good reason. Unlike this guy over here. Wow. Fuck Rosalia.
Vibe of the week, y'all.
Whatever.
Oh, why gotta be all that?
He's fucking garbage.
Wait, so did I wait, what? Did I win the fortune cookie challenge and the vibe of the week? Because they're all challenges here now.
No, actually, I'm gonna be real with you. Jessie Reyez is alright.
She's alright.
No, like she's alright. Like she's not great.
So Josh, we're not doing this next episode. I'm ready to go.
Her voice is fucking weird.
You know how I feel about
I love to drink. I love to smoke. I suck. Yeah, right.
No. Okay, it's very unique. I like that.
I'm messing with you.
And
I'm messing
did you listen to any of her songs in Spanish? Ugh.
She does Spanish music too.
Well, she's
I'm not even
Colombian.
talking to the mic anymore.
She's Colombian. She immigrated from Colombia. Oh my gosh, she is just everything. And if you don't get that, you're not an artist.
No, she had a song with Eminem I liked.
She has a couple, yeah.
Yeah. No, she's a good artist. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
I'm messing with you about Rosalia or Rosalia.
Better had been.
She's
Rosalia.
Cool. Rosalia. She's cool too.
Rosalia.
Even though what confused me about Rosalia is like there's a bunch of like other female like Spanish artists before her, but I'm just confused on why like she's blowing up. That's the only thing like I'm confused about her like explosion this past year.
So I think it has for me, what I liked about her is that she takes a modern spin on flamenco music.
Okay.
Right.
So like I really loved that part about her. But then also she has done a couple of tracks with like Travis Scott and like other people.
Yeah, the one song I actually, and this is why I know that I'm joking. She has this really good track with James Blake. Yeah, from his
I've heard
album,
about that. I've never listened to it,
good.
but I was like, oh, that's cool that she did that with him.
James Blake is that shit, dude.
But yeah, she's on what's his name? J Balvin.
Yeah, they did a couple.
J Balvin doesn't play. He's like what's his name? The be on all the Spanish Pitbull.
No, he's not like Pitbull.
No. You know who I'm thinking? Ludacris. Ludacris was on all the Spanish people songs because he just knows, man.
When
He's
was
like, this
that?
is where it's at. I'm collaborating. We're gonna be featured on everything. I love Luda, but also I just took a sip of your drink by accident and it was absolute heat.
Oh really? I like it though. How'd you take a sip of my drink by accident?
Okay, it was on purpose because I ran out of mine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Vibe of the week.
And with that,
and I guess we'll catch you guys.
yeah, yeah.
On the next one.
I hate you.
Right? That's how it's gonna. That's how it's gonna fade out.
It will fade out when I fucking say so.
Whoa.
When I tried to do the gag sound, it sounded more like a
Stop. Please. Stop. We talked about this, don't.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
It's okay. So this is gonna be a wrap for this episode, and I'm so happy you guys were able to come and make it to this recording. and
Thanks for having
and
us.
for the first Pass the Vibes After Dark.
Hey.
I'm here for it.
And it will only get better from here. And with that, it has been J-Rod,
Jayhawk,
Jules.
Jules,
PTVAD out.
PTVAD out. Catch you guys in the next episode. And this is where it will drop.